Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Primeval Design. My name is Joe, and today we've got a new idea that I would like to try for episodes. And what this was originally going to be was actually a Metatron's Cube video, but it turned out that I was just kind of really working with it, and I really liked what I was coming up with, and I'm actually going to make it a t-shirt. By the end of the video, it will be a t-shirt. And I want to show you exactly what we're working with here. I've got it in two different background colors. Yes, I know I don't have enough storage, but that's okay. That'll happen another day. So this is Metatron's Cube. Aside from the green and everything, it's all of these lines and the circles. That is Metatron's Cube, and if you saw my previous episodes, you'll notice that in the background here is the Seed of Life, or the Flower of Life, whichever way you want to look at it. The Seed of Life grows into the Flower of Life, so either way, you're right. And it's based directly in that pattern, which is nature's first pattern, which is the Flower of Life, Seed of Life. Within this, you actually get all of these solids out of it. You don't really get a sphere, but the sphere is kind of understood. And these are the 5 platonic solids. Like I said, I just took it and I just ran with it, and I really liked what it came out to be. So I decided I was going to just go ahead and make it in a t-shirt, and I want to show you guys how to take your designs from Affinity Designer at least, and put them onto a t-shirt that I think personally is worthy of quality. And we're going to discuss what company I go through and everything to make t-shirts, but that is not now is not the time for that. Right now we're going to get this onto a t-shirt. All right, so the first thing is that you have to have your design. I went ahead and I did use Affinity Designer to make my design. There are plenty of layers to go through here, but we will get into how you can create something like this later in another video. What I want to show you is that, all right, whenever you make a design on Affinity Designer, most of you already know this since when you know what a vector program is, and that's what this is a vector program like Adobe Illustrator. It's making each one of these lines is not pixel based, so you can really zoom in there and not lose any definition at all, and that goes for really any place because it's all vector based. It's all the way that the code and the program works is a point to point rather than however many pixels will fit in this spot. So that is a number one priority. It's not needed. You can do a lot of stuff in Photoshop, and a lot of people do some really cool stuff in Photoshop. I personally like vectors because I can scale it to whatever size I want later on. And one huge thing that you want to make sure that you have is a transparent background. All right, now clearly this is not a transparent background, but I have already set it to be a transparent background within my document setup. If you go into your document setup, never mind. I thought there was a document set up to have a transparent background, but I think that might be in another program that I was using pretty recently. But either way, you want to make sure that you have a transparent background. Usually you just draw over what it is, and there is a transparent background on this, and that's when you see the checkerboard pattern. So what you want to do is you want to make your design that you want to put on your t-shirt, and just turn off the background layer. It's kind of that simple. You just turn off the background layer, and then you obviously want to save it, which I'm just going to go ahead and resave mine because that's a good practice to get into. And then you export it, and the way to get the transparent background is to save it as a PNG. PNG is going to give you the best resolution that it possibly can. It's going to take the entire file size and export it out as far as the pixels that you have set up your document to be. There's no low resolution or medium resolution like there is an offer in JPEG. So you would save it in PNG, and you want to export that out. And when you get here, all you gotta do is type exactly what you want in here, and it will save it as a PNG. I already have mine saved, so I don't need to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and minimize Affinity Designer. I'm going to put it on a couple more colors than this, but I really liked it on the... I tested it out on blue. I do everything on blue. That's just me personally, because I like to make my designs feel like a blueprint, and doing it like that, it helps me see colors to my eyes better. And then I put it on black, and it just looks sick. So I really like that. It's definitely going on a black shirt as well. Let's see here, and here's the difference. You see the gray beside, this is the actual photo, and here's the gray, that's the natural background of the window that I'm using. And I went ahead and pulled up the transparent background, and you can see that there's no border where the picture might be or might not be. There is only just the lines. There's the line work, there's the filling, but there's no background. And that's exactly what you want when you make a t-shirt. Now, the company that I use to make t-shirts, that I've found to make the best t-shirts, is Gear Bubble. Right here. And if you're using Mac, use Google Chrome, because for some reason at the end of the step, at the very last of the steps that we're about to take here, for some reason on Safari it doesn't want to complete the task, and it tells you that it doesn't even tell you anything. It just stops. It just doesn't want to complete. So I got in contact with Gear Bubble, and they said, oh well, just go ahead and use Chrome or Firefox or Mozilla, and you should be able to upload it fine. I downloaded Chrome, I got it up, and it worked just fine. For some reason, Safari just isn't doing what Gear Bubble is wanting to do with their... I don't know, it's just the compiling. I guess it just isn't talking to each other very well. So what we're going to do is... we're going to, just for tutorial's sake, we're going to launch a traditional campaign here. And there's a lot that you can choose from. Now, a lot of this, you have to sell so many before you can do it, like the beanies. I know the pillowcase, the hat. The all over print is a new one, but they don't do it on the quality of t-shirt that I would like yet. It's just a unisex t-shirt. I think that's more of an experimental thing for them. Stay tuned. I might be doing a lot of those if they start printing them on premium t-shirts, that's for sure. And we're just going to do a shirt and hoodie. And right here, actually I'm going to make this a bit bigger. I'll make it a little bit smaller. You'll see why in a minute. They start you off with the unisex tee. I always just go ahead and start off with the premium tee. And the designs just kind of work better because that looks like a fitted tee. It doesn't look like a raggedy thing that you would throw in a corner and never use again, except for like to use as a rag for an oil change or something. This looks like a shirt that you would want to wear. And I've actually bought a couple shirts from this website. I have a couple of personal designs that I have made myself, and the quality is so good. It's not an iron-on. It's like the ink is directly printed on the t-shirt itself, and it just feels like it's such a good quality. I love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the dark blue, because personally I like it on the dark blue. I think the black is a little bit too aggressive to be a front man. You know, I think that's the right terminology that I'm looking for, is just being the front man of what somebody's going to see first. So I'm going to go ahead and start it on blue. And there's a lot of options down here. We're going to get to that in a second. Let's go ahead and add our styles here. I know I am going to want the unisex. These are all good. They're just they're all of the different styles of wear that you can print all of your designs on. I'm personally not going to put it on a tank top. Well, let's see what it looks like. I can always edit that later. Put it on a youth tee. This would be crazy to see on a kid, but well, it would just be so fucking awesome. All right, so we got the youth hoodie. Let's go ahead and do a sweatshirt. V-neck. Let's make sure that V-neck's actually on there. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and do everything except for the zip-up hoodie because it likes to put it directly on the zipper, and I don't want something to break up design. I would put, if I want to do that, I would put something in the corner there. And then let's just do the long sleeve. Let's see if it, yes, it did. All right. And then also, you can add all the colors that you want. White isn't going to show up very well for this one. I do want black. I'm not digging the idea of red, and you'll see why here in a second. I'm not digging the idea of light blue, but I do want the purple. And this one would be interesting. I think somebody might like that. I'm not sure. But it's really nice because there's no risk. If I was printing this out to sell in bulk, so I like bought a ton of t-shirts, I would not personally buy this color. But because Gear Bubble has all of these shirts in stock and they make everything to order, there's no risk of having that color as an option. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it on there. If somebody likes it, I don't know. It's going to be fun. All right, so I'm going to also use the pink, and I want to see what the green looks like. And we are set up except for our design is not uploaded. What we're going to do is just boom, and so upload graphic, cube shirt. I'm going to take my transparent PNG, and I'm just going to easily click and drag right onto it. And right now it's going to process. My file that I use on here, I actually use inches for my graphic, for my graphics, because it fits so well when you explode it on here to fill up the entire frame of what you can print, the boundaries. So mine is personally, I made my file size, I think it was 9 by 13 portrait, 9 inches by 13 inches. And that was just simply to make it as big as possible without exceeding the 5 megabyte file size that's the max that they can have to put on here. Or that's what, not the max that they can have, that's the max that they let you upload to the site. So I'm liking where this is. I like this a lot. I don't know if I should do it smaller and raise it up, or if I should just go ahead and just do big, because I feel like personally big is just gonna look better. Let me see here. I'm kind of doing this with you guys, just so that you guys can see the kind of, there's a creative process in just putting it on the shirt in general. It's all fun. It's just all fun. All right, so I personally want to do the big, but I think that's a little bit too big. So I'm gonna make it just a wee bit smaller, and I kind of trust that it's gonna snap to the center. I'm gonna trust that they're gonna put it in the center, even though it doesn't look exactly center. I'm just gonna trust that they're gonna uphold their part of the deal on doing that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that right there, and we're gonna just kind of leave it like that. We're gonna go ahead and see the back, and this is a great place to put your branding, because you don't have to. There's an option down here somewhere to duplicate the image on the back. We can do that. I don't personally want to do that. It looks cool on the back of the shirt as well, but what I want to do is put branding on the back of the shirt. That way people know where you got the shirt from, and this is just good techniques for any designer that's making t-shirts or wants to spread who they are for promotional reasons. Hollister does it, Nike does it. There's a reason why they do it, so people know who they are and where they got the clothes from. If they like that shoe, they can go to this brand and they can purchase that shoe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. I have this, and I'm going to upload that to the back of the shirt. So I'm going to just upload another design. Bada bing, bada boom. And it's a little bit big, so I personally don't want that one that big. I just want it small. Put it up. Boom. And that way it's just a little thing. If you have long hair, it's gonna cover it anyway, but it's my little touch to it. I mean, Obviously, there's a big touch to the front that is mine, but on the back, it's going to say pretty much who made the shirt, who designed it, la-di-da-di-da. And I think that anybody that's making a t-shirt or a t-shirt business should definitely be doing this. So going forward, we're going to go ahead and just go ahead and go to the next step. There's a lot of other things here. I'm gonna get to the pricing here in a second. You can change that in here. Bada bing, bada boom. And it takes a minute. It's processing everything that you want. Blah blah blah. Making sure that it has everything ready for you, so that not only they can make money, but you can make money too. All right, and it loaded up. So here, let's pace this out a little bit. Right here, you have the campaign title. So this is going to be the name of the shirt. Mine kind of had a name already built with it because it's Metatron's cube. So it's a naturally occurring pattern that we've known about for a long time. And it's named after the Archangel Metatron, who is the script. Well, he's pretty much a journalist of God. He writes the scripture for interpretation, according to the book. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and call this Metatron's. He owns it. Cube. Metatron's cube. And personally, what I'm going to do is I don't want to just put just released because I don't want that sticking out there forever. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put premium tea only $20. Oop. Only $20. It's not really for a limited time, but all of that is all yours. You do your thing. I always think it's funny. Here, I'm gonna put an exclamation point here though, and just in case, I'm gonna put. Now you can literally type whatever you want into there, and it'll come up, and it's hilarious. So this is gonna be Metatron's cube. You got your categories. It doesn't really. It could fall in faith, but nobody's gonna look at that in faith, the category here, and buy that. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose other. And here's a really cool thing. You can SEO your product. So tag the living shit out of it. The more you tag it, the more options that there are for people coming to it and seeing it at some point. So what I'm going to do is Metatron's cube. I can fix that later. That's another cool thing. You can edit all of this information later, including prices and everything. It's awesome. Set back as default side the show. All of this is it's just so nice. I have read. All right, so what we're going to go ahead and do is work on prices here. And I'm going to go ahead and do my prices the way that I like to set them at. You got, like, the way that Gear Bubble has them is they're understandable prices. They're there for you to make profit as well. They want to make sure that you're making profit so that you keep coming back to them and using their service, which is a really good service. The only thing that I would say that's bad about Gear Bubble is that they take forever, but that's because they're in high demand. So when you order a shirt, expect it to be like 2 weeks before you get a shirt. But at the same time, you're going to have a bomb-ass shirt. It's not going to be skimpy in any way. It's not going to be sagging or loose strings or looking like a rag because it's a good shirt. So that's why I use it. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I will see you guys in the next step when I press launch campaign. All right, so I have launched a campaign, made my URL. So this is what I named my URL, which is www.gearbubble.com/Metatron's cube. without the exclamation point. And so it's up. So all I'm going to do, and I'm just going to check on it real quick. I'm just going to go back to Gear Bubble Home. And there it is. And personally, I'm going to buy one of these. Why? Because I wanted, like, when I create a t-shirt, for me personally, and I put my name on it, that is because I like the design. I want that t-shirt, like the other t-shirts that I have made in the past. So I'm going to buy one of these. I don't know if I'm going to get the blue one or the black one, but we're going to look at a couple of these other colors here just with you. The black one just looks so sick. Like, look at that. That is insane. All right. The purple one kind of looks cool too. If you like the whole purple and green, I actually kind of like that color scheme. Now that I look at it, I might do that again. And this, I've noticed with my just white designs, because when you do a t-shirt, you want to get as little amount of color in there as possible. And I'm not saying just like no color at all. You want to pick very few colors. So this one's white, black, and green, or that teal-y kind of color. And with these, that white shows up really, really, really weird on the. It's cool on the gray ones here. And if somebody ever got that, I would love to just see what it turned out to be. It's an option. I'm not personally gonna get it because this is just not my color scheme. But it looks cool. It looks cool. I'm probably gonna get this blue one. I like blue. Blue's my favorite. The pink, I feel like a chick could wear this. A metalhead chick would wear this. And then the green. The green looks pretty cool too. I didn't expect it to look that good. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do the blue myself. If you guys are interested in this shirt, I'm going to leave a link down in the description. I don't expect this one to really sell very well, but I really like the design and I kind of wanted my shirt. I wanted it as my shirt. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave the video here. Next video, it will be actually how to make Metatron's cube. It won't look this complex. It's going to be the basic version of Metatron's cube. And then we're going to also, in the next few coming videos, we're going to talk about how we can get these shapes and make them in Affinity Designer as well. So then here again, this has been Primeval Design. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something today. Take care.